You fear the scale because you have mistaken it for punishment. I do not punish, I weigh, and what you carry is never hidden from the heart. My name is Anpu. You call me Anubis. I stand where denial ends, where the linen is wrapped, where the mouth is opened, where names are spoken carefully, so the dead do not become lost on the road. I am not death. Death is the door. I am the hand that does not tremble when it opens. They wrote that I am a god of death. What I remember is this: I am a god of continuity. Death is not an ending in the way frightened mouths say it. Death is a crossing, a dangerous one, yes. A crossing full of gates, names, witnesses, and truths, too heavy for the tongue to carry alone, but still a crossing. The careless call me grim because they have never watched a soul try to arrive whole. I do not delight in fear. I do not sharpen the judgment. I do not whisper accusations into the ear of Osiris. I do not feed hearts to the devourer for sport. I prepare, I guide, I measure. There is a difference. Punishment belongs to those who need spectacle. Measurement belongs to those who understand order. Ma'at is not a threat. Ma'at is the shape of the world when it has not been bent by appetite. And the heart, the heart is never merely an organ. It is memory with a pulse. Every soul thinks it will be clever. That is almost touching. The living spend years becoming fluent in masks. They learn how to bow without humility, give without mercy, confess without changing, mourn without loving, speak truth with just enough poison inside it to remain useful. Then they come to the hall. No mask survives good light. I lead them to the scale. Some arrive trembling, some arrive proud. Some still believe status travels beyond the tomb because gold was placed beside their bones. Gold travels poorly here. A king's heart is not lighter because more people feared him. A beggar's heart is not heavier because fewer people recorded his name. The scale has no interest in reputation. That is why mortals fear it. They do not fear justice, not exactly. They fear proportion. They fear a world in which the story told about them is not the same as the weight of them. So I place the heart, not roughly, never roughly. Even the guilty deserve precision. On the other side rests the feather, so small, so soft, so unbearable. You want monsters in this room. You want a beast waiting with open jaws, a god with red eyes, a final violence to make the moral simple. But judgment is rarely theatrical. That is what makes it worse. The soul stands. The judges listen. Thoth records. Osiris presides. The devourer waits nearby, but waiting is not hunger's victory. Waiting is the last mercy given to the truth. I am accused, sometimes, of coldness. Perhaps that is fair. A trembling hand ruins the scale. Compassion without accuracy becomes indulgence. Accuracy without compassion becomes cruelty. My work is the blade edge between them. Do you understand how difficult that is? To look upon every life without flinching, to see the hidden kindness no one praised, to see the private harm no one punished, to see cowardice dressed as obedience, to see love disguised as duty, to see shame mistaken for virtue, and then to weigh, not the performance, the heart. Later ages make me a shadow with teeth. They flatten me into menace because the living prefer death to have a villain's face. A villain can be resisted. A villain can be mocked. A villain can be sold on posters, toys, and cheap masks with glowing eyes. But a scale is harder to escape. I become dark. I become ominous. I become the jackal at the edge of someone else's adventure. They forget the oil, the linen, the names, the families who pray that the body remains whole because the person is not finished being loved. They forget that preservation is hope. They forget that the tomb is not only a house for the dead, it is a promise made by the living. We will not let you vanish carelessly. When I stand beside the bier, I am not there to frighten the mourners. I am there because grief requires witnesses strong enough not to look away. Here is what I have learned from hearts. No life is as clean as its inscription. No sin is as simple as its rumor. No kindness is ever wasted, though many believe unseen mercy disappears. It does not. It gathers. Quiet things have weight. So do neglected things. The apology withheld, the hunger ignored, the servant struck, the child dismissed, the lie repeated until the liar calls it tradition, the cruelty made administrative, the cowardice renamed prudence. The heart keeps all of it, not as revenge, as record. That word matters, record. I am not the God of your worst moment. I am the God who refuses to let your best and worst moments be separated for convenience. You arrive entire. That is the terror. That is also the mercy. When your time comes, do not bring me excuses. They are heavy and badly made. Bring me your heart. Bring it as it is. Bruised, defended, proud, frightened, generous in places, rotten in others, human in its contradictions. I have seen worse. I have seen better. I am not impressed by either. I am listening for balance. The feather waits. It does not accuse. It does not forgive. It simply is. And beside it, I place what you have carried. You call me Anubis. I answer. But before that name, before the Greeks soften the edges of my old one, I am Anpu, watcher of the rapt, guardian of the threshold, keeper of the road no one avoids. They wrote that I judge the dead. What I remember is this: I protect the truth from being buried with them.